Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are here on the show, and I'm here to talk about some wrestling news, so let's just get right into it here. We have a lot of stuff to talk about here with CM Punk. So let's get right into it. So per the report here, the first thing I want to talk about with CM Punk, there's a lot of stories here to talk about, but the first thing I want to talk about is the Elite. They're still refusing to have a sit down with CM Punk, and they want to remain away from him on AEW. They don't want to put Punk over. It feels like it's just pathetic. They should be able to sit down and work out their differences like men should do. Holding a grudge does no good, especially in a top wrestling company. It just does nobody any favors. They need to grow up. They just need to settle things. But those are their AEW EVPs, man. It just feels like they're pathetic. They should retire if they can't work with him for the good of the company. Stubbornly holding a grudge with a albeit challenging co-worker is never the solution. Especially not one demonstrated by individuals that are supposed to be the quote EVPs. Everyone just looks like a bunch of children here. And Tony Khan needs to stand his ground. And just not letting these fucking wrestlers just have this drama and pretty much just have so much unnecessary drama in the company. But CM Punk works with a bunch of children in this company, feels like. But yeah, I mean, this isn't really a surprising report. But this was from Fightful Select. So they're refusing to have a sit down with CM Punk, and they want to remain away from them. This was from them. Just be men and not chill. Make money out of this. I don't understand what's so hard about it. Like, are all of them not on the same page in the fact that they don't want the company to grow? Because if they were, they would put their egos aside and work together for the sake of the company, instead of being just selfish punks. Yeah, that's the first thing I wanted to talk about with CM Punk. So Wade Keller, via Wade Keller, he said on his podcast or whatever, CM Punk apparently cornered Ryan Nemeth angrily and aggressively and asked if things should be settled outside. I don't know. At this point, the dirt sheet should just start making stuff up because people will click and believe it. Is this an embellishment or the truth? It's kind of hard to know anymore because I don't know what's the truth or if people are just lying about the stuff like this. But there was a headline. The headline here is way better than this clickbait article. It's basically said they settle a disagreement and shake hands. It's basically, the report noted he then asked Punk if he shouldn't react to things Punk says on TV, and Punk said that he'd be the right choice at that time. Then they shook hands, but apparently the tension was still high as they went their separate ways. But there was really nothing to come out of this. I mean, it's kind of a clickbaity article, as usual, from Wade Keller. They basically shook hands. But if you can go look at the article if you want to. I mean, there's nothing really to come out of this. Honestly. I'm trying to find some more news here. And next thing I'll talk about CM Punk, he basically made some comments about Hangman Adam Page. He grabbed a mic and he basically shooted on Hangman Adam Page after AEW Collision went off the air. He basically said he's a peg warmer unlike me who moves merchandise and pops ratings and sells toys. That's basically what he said. I mean, he kind of is the draw. I mean, with Collision, because you look at the quarter hours, he has some of their best ratings. But I don't know. I thought this was just maybe a work, like it would just be for storyline, maybe. But I don't think it will, because the next report here was so CM Punk's comments about Hangman Adam Page. They weren't apparently were not for a storyline. He was told not to go to Collision. Hangman Adam Page was. Tony Khan just loves drama, man. He just doesn't do anything about it. First 6 minutes here talking about Punk, about all the rumors, but I mean, stuff's just getting ridiculous, man. I just don't know what to really think about it. But take this with a grain of salt. This is per Dave Meltzer. Take this with a grain of salt. Because he loves his buddies, the Elite, and will do anything to bury CM Punk. So, I think this could still be a storyline. The source is Meltzer. It's not credible. I would need a more credible source to say if this is not a work. I still have a feeling people are just being worked so hard by this, but that people think this isn't just for storyline. This is for storyline. It's just that Dave Meltzer wants you to believe. It's not. AEW All In, we have an update on the ticket sales. Obviously, the current setup is 84,000 tickets distributed. 80,000 tickets. So 3,000 tickets available. I think they're going to break that record, man. Set by WWE WrestleMania 32. I think it's going to happen. So that's good for AEW. So apparently the update with the Ryan Nemeth and CM Punk situation, another update with that was apparently Ryan Nemeth previously had some words with CM Punk. He was sent home from Collision. Ryan Nemeth. Who? Then you got bench players talking like starters. But what has he done for AEW? Ryan Nemeth. I didn't even know he was still in this company. He really wants to be in the unemployment line. I think this is Dolph Ziggler's brother. But I've never heard of him, man. Kurt Angle basically talked about Finn Balor and he said, quote, well, you know what? It would have been nice if they would have given him Balor this world title. You know, I think he's really over, incredibly athletic. He has a lot of charisma. Don't know about that. This kid. He's near 40. I don't think he's a kid, Kurt. You know, if WWE doesn't end up doing something with him that's dramatic, I wouldn't blame him if he went off and went somewhere else. I don't want to see him do that because I love the WWE. I think he's a good fit for them, but they need to start putting this kid over. He deserves it. They're over the Judgment Day. They're still over without Edge. Calling him a kid's funny. I mean, he has some charisma. I know people say I don't know about the charisma. He does. Especially with this run. With the Judgment Day. But I guess this kid is 42 years old. I mean, I'd like them to do something with Finn Balor, but I don't think they will. I think WWE's looking at Priest next. Balor's probably the least over in the group. I think the other three are more over than him right now. But Finn has no intentions of leaving. He wouldn't leave. But he's in one of the biggest groups. I don't think he'll leave. But I think Finn's happy, so. So apparently a former WWE star is going to make their New Japan Pro Wrestling debut this month. It's Enzo Amore. I'm going to save you a click on this article. I mean, he held titles and spent a significant amount of time with the company on screen. Maybe I think he is a star. I think he's definitely maybe a star. Now that I think about it, he just couldn't get out of his own way. And will just piss a lot of people off at the company. Got some more news here. So Jey Uso has been moved to the alumni section of WWE's website. They're really trying to make people believe he's actually quit WWE, but he's literally advertised for a show in a few weeks. This is obviously kayfabe. It's not actually real. I mean, the Bloodline are not scheduled to appear on SmackDown next week, so we may not get an update on this storyline for a couple weeks. So, I guess we'll see. I guess they're trying to trying to get some other talent over, so they're gonna keep the Bloodline off for a few weeks. We'll see. But Jay's still part of WWE. He isn't quit. It's obviously a work. I mean, a lot of people think he's gonna quit. You founded your kayak company because you love the ocean, not spreadsheets. You need to hire. So, per BWE, so there's a triple threat match that is being considered for Payback. It doesn't go into detail what triple threat match is being considered for Payback. Maybe a United States Championship match. Santos versus Ray versus Theory, I could see as well. Charlotte, Io, and Asuka, maybe a triple threat. Don't know. Seth versus Shinsuke versus Cody, maybe. I don't know what triple threat match they could go here. Honestly, but I guess we'll just see what WWE does. Austin Theory posted his Instagram story. It was kind of like a babyface. It kind of felt like a babyface kind of video package. And he has a crazy story too. He raised his brothers basically because they didn't have a father. And I've been saying this. He has all the perfect stories and looked to be a huge babyface. He's more of a natural babyface, I feel, than a heel because he's trying to force it as a heel. They were trying to force it to work, it didn't work. But I feel like he's a natural babyface. So it looks like we're going to get a face turn with Austin Theory. Good. I want to see it. So, the latest report 2 days ago about Randy Orton from Fightful Wrestling is that he's still not cleared for WWE return. And the fans will still say, oh, he's returning at the next pay-per-view. At this point, I'm losing hope that he's going to come back. I'm just going to keep my expectations low. I just don't know if he's going to come back soon. Anytime soon, man. We keep thinking he's going to come back soon, he's going to come back soon, he's going to come back soon. It just hasn't happened. It's going to help him because he's going to say to himself, I don't always have to shit. But I think that's really all the wrestling stuff we have to talk about here. So until next match, peace.